as we go through life, we can build up experiences in the soma, and these can form imprints in the body or memories in the body, and overwhelming experiences that we've been through that haven't been processed can stay there. And we can develop these patterns called survival patterns, where we can have ways where our behavior is adjusted to support our survival. But that may not always line up with the things that we really want in life and what we might need to really thrive. Just consider that these experiences in life, these experiences that maybe have been difficult to process, experiences held in the body. It can be like we're carrying a backpack. At first, there may just be a few stones that drop into this backpack. But then 10, 20, 30 or more years later, we accumulate more and more stones. We're still going through the journey of life, but that backpack can get heavier and heavier. Now, imagine that healing or restoring a sense of wholeness is like one by one reviewing the stones that are held in that backpack and having a choice to take them out little by little, lightening that load on our journey. This is how I see healing the somas. I drew this little diagram to have a bit more of a compassionate view of overwhelming experiences and how they can embed themselves in the body and the effects of that over time. So these waves are the life experiences that we have. Notice they don't really change. We're going to continue to have life experiences, and they tend to happen in this sort of wave-like fashion. Yet sometimes those waves can be more than we could hold. We may have experienced something too much or too soon or too fast. And so our nervous system didn't know what to do at that time. It goes into a survival state. At that point, we may have experienced some sort of shutdown or some sort of adaptive response or some sort of pain in response to those overwhelming experiences. And then they happen and life goes on and it goes away. But these formative experiences in particular can start to create fear in our system. The fear may create certain perceptions or influence sensations or be linked with different sensations or emotion or thought. And so then imagine over life, we go through and then we have these like experiences. Oh, this is like that time when I was overwhelmed. And so then it can build up in the system. And so then our capacity can decrease over time. And so I work with a lot of people who have experienced anxiety and depression, and it can be quite confusing as to why is that happening. And the way I see it is that it's not just one instance. It's an accumulation of instances that have built up in the system. And so that's why it's difficult to just release with a breathing technique or some meditation or the next healing fad. They're all just quick fixes that aren't really looking at the overall thing that's actually happening. And so our nervous system capacity can drop down, and that makes us more susceptible to things building up in the system. And so then the next time an overwhelming experience happens, our system can become more and more sensitive. And if you track it over time, it can then lead to all sorts of different chronic conditions that I've worked with. Our nervous system's doing the best that it can, and we've been through these experiences, and they can have an effect on decreasing our capacity over time. And so this is intended to point a way as to, well, how can we work with these experiences and start to strengthen our capacity for experience itself.